Thou shalt not rush through this process. I cannot imagine an oral sex quickie. Can you? Hey friends, Nokie Evans here, author of Spice It Up. It's time to revive your intimacy and your favorite sexual intimacy coach. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Spice Up Your Intimacy YouTube channel. Oh, do I have a good one for you? Guys, I mean it. I have a good one for you. On my last video, I talked about how oral and physical stimulation to your man's manhood can actually be a game changer for your relationship. If you missed it, I'm going to link it up here somewhere so that you can go and watch it right after this one. And I do want to extend my appreciation and thanks to everybody for the amazing response to that video. Today's video is going to be linked to the last video. However, I'm going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of oral sex. In some kind of way, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to perform oral sex like a pro. Before I continue with the video, it turns out a lot of people watching my videos are not even subscribed. Please do me a favor and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the notification button so that YouTube notifies you every single time I upload a video. With that being said, my friend, let's get on with this video, which I promise you is going to be exciting, it's going to be different, it's going to be fun, and at the same time it's going to be very informative, which is what I strive to do on this channel. That is, provide you with some wholesome sex education so that you guys stop learning this very delicate, essential part of your life from porn. Okay friends, as I begin, let me mention that oral sex requires communication, respect, and consent. If these three are the foundation of your relationship when it comes to oral sex, studies have actually shown that couples who engage or perform oral sex on each other on a regular, consistent basis actually tend to have a deeper relationship, a closer relationship, both emotionally and physically. So my friends, I thought I'll hook you up with some great tips on the do's and don'ts of oral sex, and this video is going to be a lot of fun, I promise you. I've actually kind of set this up as commandments of oral sex, so every point will start with thou shalt. Okay, let's get on with it. If you're ready, make yourself comfortable. I actually have 9 do's and 8 don'ts, and I'm going to move very quickly through them. Okay, at number 1, thou shalt communicate with your spouse. You shall talk about your likes, your dislikes, and your boundaries. You shall continue to communicate throughout the act of oral sex, paying special attention to verbal and non-verbal cues. Rule number 2, thou shalt focus on foreplay. You shall build anticipation by kissing, touching, moving motions. These are not just going to cause your spouse to be aroused, but they will increase some sensitivity that will also increase pleasure. Rule number 3, on the do's of oral sex. Thou shalt maintain and be obsessed with clean hygiene. I shall repeat, thou shalt maintain and be obsessed with clean hygiene, because this is a no stinker zone. No stinkers are allowed. Any stinker found on this matrimonial bed will be eliminated and removed very fast. You shall ensure that you and your spouse shower or freshen up prior to every session. You shall not forget your mouth, because it can be a great stinker. Make sure you brush, floss, and freshen it up with some either minty mouthwash or some actual mints. Why do you think mints are one of the elements on my book cover? Go figure. If you know, you know. Still on hygiene, you shall maintain a clean environment. This is not just a turn on, it also shows consideration and respect for your spouse. And apart from that, if you really do it right, the mood can be very, very tantalizing. Rule number 4, thou shalt get your hands involved. You shall not limit this act only to your clean, fresh, minty mouth, but you shall involve your clean, well-groomed, well-manicured, non-scratchy, non-chapping hands and nails. The appropriate and proper use of your hands and nails can provide amazing sensations to your spouse. Rule number 5. If you are enjoying this so far, please go ahead and click that like button so that other people may find this video. Thou shalt spice it up by experimenting with different techniques for variety. That is, different speed, different pressure, different motions. You shall be boldly creative to create these safe, exciting, and pleasurable techniques. Let your God-given mind go to work and be creative. The creativity here is endless. For example, if you are a woman giving it to your man, you can focus on the frenulum, that is that little area beneath the head. You can also focus on the opening of the head while also using up and down motions with those clean hands. What you can also do with your man is you can engage some sucking, licking, and blowing motions. Hey, when I'm talking about blowing, I'm not talking about like you are blowing 50 candles on your birthday cake, okay? Make sure that you blow gentle and lightly with that minty breath of yours. You can alternate between licking, sucking, and lightly blowing. Lightly blowing. Don't sleep on this one. This is a game changer, okay? This will drive him out of his mind. You will leave him begging for more, okay? Sis, when you get involved in this act here, make sure that you are ready to deliver, because if you are new to it, I tell you, he's gonna be asking for more, and you, sis, definitely will be begging him for more, okay? And another example, if you are a man giving it to your woman, you can use your tongue for circular licking on the clitoris. You can alternate with very gentle sucking. You better be very gentle with the sucking of the clit because it is super sensitive, and you can alternate it with the broader licking in other surrounding areas. Okay, my bro, I hope you get it right. Otherwise, you do not want to kill the moment. Okay, let's move on. Rule number 6, thou shalt be attentive. Attentive is in hearing well. You, my friend, you shall listen and pay attention to your spouse. This way you will know what feels best. You shall also pay attention so that you determine what needs to be changed and you can hear good feedback. You definitely want to listen out for good feedback so that you can spend more time doing that particular thing that they are enjoying at that particular moment, and have a good memory to remember it the next time, because the whole idea is to provide pleasure, satisfaction, and excitement to both you and your spouse. I hope you get it right, because this will make you a treasure when it comes to your matrimonial bed. Okay, now let's move on to rule number 7. Thou shalt use lubrication if needed. However, in most cases, saliva is just enough. If you do end up using some lubricant, make sure that you get the type that is safe for your body and the edible one. This way, you are going to protect you and your spouse. Let me caution some novices here that this is not the same lubrication that is used for ease of penetration in case of a dry kitty catty. Do not use those regular or the normal lubricants that are commonly used with silicone or whatever ingredients they have. Do not use those. You don't want to ingest anything that is going to be harmful to your body. Okay, right, now let's move on to rule number 8. Thou shalt take breaks. Yes, oral sex can be physically demanding and exhausting, so do not feel bad taking short breaks. Take short breaks as needed and resume as soon as you feel that you've gained your strength to continue with this amazing, beautiful process. Rule number 9, thou shalt be enthusiastic. Confidence and enthusiasm goes a long way in showing your spouse that you are enjoying the process. Confidence and enthusiasm makes a big difference. Not only that, enjoying the process just goes to show that you not only care for your spouse, but you also love them deeply. Now, let's move on to the don'ts. Are you all ready? Rule number 1 on the things to avoid during your oral sex intimacy session. Thou shalt not skip on communication. You shall not assume that you know what your spouse enjoys or what they prefer, because remember, everybody is different, and making assumptions that you know them without communicating with them could be a very big mistake. So you shall not skip on that communication. Okay, rule number 2 on the don'ts of oral sexual intimacy. Try by all means not to get your teeth involved. These are not welcome in this area because some people have sharp teeth. Yours may be sharp and they may cause some discomfort and pain to your spouse. So keep your teeth out of the way. If by any means your teeth get involved, make sure that it is very gentle. Don't press or bite. Should you bite your spouse, everything may come to a screeching halt. Trust me, you don't want that to happen at this point. Okay? Rule number 3 on what not to do during oral sex. Thou shalt not rush through this process. You shall take your time as if you have all the time in this whole wide world. Take it nice, slow, and easy, and avoid rushing through it. I cannot imagine an oral sex quickie. Can you? Can you? If you don't, hit that like button so that other people who are looking for this kind of video may find it. Rushing through it will definitely ruin the mood, and you do not want that. Okay? A better scenario instead will be to build that anticipation and on that intimacy, and as you build on that intimacy, create the anticipation slow and steady until you and your spouse get to that point of no return. This cannot be a rush job. No rush job here. Okay? Rule number 4. Thou shalt not leave any body parts out. You shall get as many parts of the body involved as possible in order to create anticipation and excitement. All areas have to be involved. Develop a no body part left behind mindset as you are embarking on this journey. Do not leave the neighbors out. For example, the inner thighs and the lower abdomen should be your greatest allies because these are very sensitive and they will definitely help you get to your destination quicker. Do not just focus on the 2 main stars of the show. Get everybody, as many body parts involved as possible, especially those who show a keen interest, like the inner thighs, the lower back, the ears for some people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now let's move on to rule number 5 of what not to do during oral sex. Never neglect your own comfort. You shall make sure that you find yourself a comfortable position, a position that will make you perform your job in a comfortable way, and this way you're going to do a great job in a non-rushing manner, and you will achieve those great results. That is getting to that point of no return. Okay, my friend. Now let's move on to rule number 6 on the things to avoid or not to do during oral sex intimacy. Thou shalt not overlook signs of discomfort or pain. You shall pay close attention to your spouse's reactions. Should they show signs of discomfort or pain, stop immediately and get to the bottom of it. Find out why your spouse is acting the way they are, fix what needs to be fixed, change what needs to be changed, and then continue after fixing and getting to the bottom of the problem. Thou shalt not assume that porn is reality. It is not. Real life, spicy and healthy sexual intimacy, including oral sex, doesn't have to mimic exaggerated adult content. Authenticity and sincerity is far more enjoyable instead. So be yourself. Stop watching porn, as I've mentioned in a previous video. Learn what you need to learn. Keep coming back here to learn more about healthy sexual intimacy, especially to you, my sisters of faith. You need to keep coming back here. Make sure that you subscribe, because I'll keep this coming. Okay, for the final rule of engagement when it comes to oral sex, and that is rule number 8. Thou shalt not apply too much pressure. Instead, you shall start slow, soft, tenderly, and then keep adjusting the amount of pressure according to the feedback that you are receiving from your spouse. It does not mean that because it's taking too long to be as hard as the bone that you are looking forward to, it does not mean that you need to add more pressure. Take it nice, slow and easy, and in no time you'll get that hardness that you are looking forward to, and you'll get those throbbing vibrations for women that you've been looking forward to. Let me say, for women, if you follow these rules, at this point in time, you should have been singing and swinging on the chandeliers and speaking in tongues with toe-coiling orgasms for at least 5 times. Believe it or not, try it and come back and thank me later. Hey friends, editing me here. I have an add-on that I could not afford to leave out on the don'ts, and this makes it number 9, and that is, thou shalt not drool over your spouse. Oh my God, this is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to oral sex. You shall not drool over your spouse. Yes, you do need saliva, but by all means avoid drooling over your spouse, because not only is this gross, but it can really dampen or turn off somebody, especially your spouse who's receiving that oral sex. So avoid drooling over them, because you don't want to drool so much that if it's the woman on the receiving end, you'll think that she just did a squirt orgasm. Nah. Not drooling, guys. Please control the saliva. Yes, you need the saliva, but keep it at a minimum. Just use enough for you to do the job without turning it into a big mess. Okay? Make sure you share this video with your friends. Share it in your groups, in your WhatsApp groups, in your Facebook groups, and spread the word about this channel. This is your crib. This is where we teach each other about wholesome, healthy sexual intimacy. And I invite you to send me questions that you want answered. You can DM me at the Spice Up Your Intimacy Instagram page, and I'll definitely make sure that I create a video to answer those specific questions. And if you want my book, Spice It Up, It's Time to Revive Your Intimacy, I'm going to leave the details in the description box below, and I'm also going to leave the details of my calendar so that you can book a coaching session. Some of you need it. Yeah, book it, and I can be of help in that sexual intimacy area that you may need help with. If you enjoyed this video, my friend, I know for sure that you enjoy this next one right here. And remember to do small things with great love. Don't forget to keep it spicy from my heart to yours. Adios, bye-bye, God bless you. I love you, I sincerely do. See you next time. Bye-bye.